Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm King POSH, and today I'm showing you my front-wheel drive race tune for this 1989 Nissan Pao. Here is the share code. Got it? Great. And yeah, this thing is something else. As you can tell how much power this thing is pushing, 1265 horsepower of a front-wheel drive and a B-class. There's only two of us in here when I pressed B circuit best for handling. Of course, I just shared this tonight. And there's only two of us, and this guy calls his a B-class beast, but I kind of think that mine might be the B-class beast. Just saying. Just saying. So let's get into this thing and show you everything I've done to it. It's an absolute blast to drive, and it's a first gear wonder. It really is. You really do not have to ever leave first gear. As it says in the description right there, first gear, front wheel drive, race tune, and you'll see what I mean when I take her out. And also, don't pay attention to the top speed on this thing, because that is also false as well. It goes well over 212 miles per hour. Just saying. Either way, we've got the 7.0 liter V8 giving me all that glorious power. Stock drivetrain, front wheel drive. Alright, twin turbo. Alright, we do have downforce in the front, and we have downforce in the back, and I gave this just a lick of downforce in the back just to keep it in control. Alright, we have a stock tire compound, so you know this thing burns tires. And as you can tell, the car is, the front is actually higher than the rear. It's all comes down to speed. Alright, you got just stock width in the front and maxed out width in the rear. Alright, we are using my Wed Sport TC105 ends on here. You got 16s in the front and 16s in the rear. Just got a stock front track width in the front and maxed out in the rear. I was putting all of my focus on the rear of this car. Okay. We just got a stock clutch, race transmission. It is a 6-speed, but really you only need to use one gear. Stock driveline and a race differential. Here you got street brakes, so it does stop. It really does. Race springs and dampeners. No anti-roll bars for the front. Race anti-roll bars for the rear. As you know, I'm working on the rear on this car. Full-on roll cage. And just a stock weight reduction. Alright, we could save 251 pounds, but it would take me up to an A class. I wanted to make a B class, so that's what I did. And of course, all this is going to be a race all the way through. Just showing it, just to show it. Alright, even got the anti-lag. Alright, race intercooler. And then just a stock flywheel. And that's the build on this crazy beast of a front-wheel drive car. Now let's look at the tune and show you guys what madness I put onto this thing. So we got 55 PSI in the front. Alright, and 15 in the rear. I know it's crazy, but it works. Here is the gearing. As you can tell, you can't see all the gears. Alright, they're there. Here, let me show you. They're there. Alright, but you just won't use them. Alright, you'll just be using first gear. Okay, cool. Moving on. Here's my alignment. This alignment has worked in my past videos. And I decided to run it again, and it actually handles a lot better on this car than the other ones. Just slightly. Alright. This thing actually does turn. Alright. Anti-roll bars. Focusing on the rear. 65 to the rear. Nothing in the front. Springs are 500 in the front, 650 in the rear. Ride height is maxed out. So, you know, I could run it down here. But look, there's my top speed. It goes to 210. All right, by just doing this, it gave me 2 more miles per hour. So I said, hey, I'll run it. That's the whole reason I did it. Okay, dampening is 10, 9, 6, and 1. All right. Like I said, I just gave it a lick of downforce to the rear. Really. Just a couple. That's all. All right. It made it go to 212 because if I have it on here, yes, it is faster. I get that. It goes to 212.4, but I just couldn't stand the 0.4 on this one, so I decided I just went up to 90. Once it went to 212.0, I called it good. That's what I did, guys. All right. Either way, moving on. All right, and then differentials 21%, 100% deceleration. It's what I use for all my front-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive race cars. It just works. But yeah, it's got a great 0 to 60, great 0 to 100. Yeah, that's the tune. So yeah, it's pretty wild. If you guys wanted to see that in metric, I mean, I can do that real quick. You know, I know a lot of guys were like, oh, hey, why aren't you putting stuff in metric? You know. So here you just put that the metric right there, okay, and then I can just fly through the tune real quick if you need to know. All right, so there you go, 3, 8, and 1. All right, now you know the top speed on this thing. Don't believe in that top speed; it's wrong. All right, here is the gearing, of course, alignment. Let's see, anything else really changed? There you go, the springs. Springs really changed for you guys, so at least you guys can see that in the metric. Side of things. So, all right, and of course arrow. Cool. All right, let's go back there and change that back. Because I don't look at metric. You know, it is what it is. Oh, wrong one. Units default. Okay, and there you go. Everything's back to normal. Let's take her outside and let's have some fun. And this thing is fast. I said, it says 212. It's not really true. All right, this thing does turn. And it does do well. I have already raced it. Taken it multiple places. Multiple places. I've taken it on Hot Wheels track. I did a race on the Hot Wheels track. I took it over on the Reservoir track, did the race on that thing, tested it there. Like I said, first gear is great. You know, you really don't have to leave first gear. It really is fast. And it does handle. It handles as much as a front wheel drive with 1265 horsepower would, and I really like it. It really does stick to the road, and the downforce really does help. And here, if you can hit this just at enough speed, you will gain air. Just a smidge of air on that one. But I said this thing's fast. All right, and prove to you how fast this thing really is. And then I'll tell you the actual max speed of the gear. At least what I think is the max speed of the gear. Thing burns a lot of tire. That's for sure. Alright? You're going to have no tread by the end of every race. Just saying. So I would say don't run on simulation because your tires are pretty much going to be dead by the end of the thing. But anyways, you can tell this thing's fast. It says 212, but that's a lie. The actual top speed that I've seen out of this car is 280 per hour. and that was on the Hot Wheels track. So 283. That's pretty fast for a B class. All right. Now, if I did the line a little different, maybe I could hit it up to 284, 285. I'm not sure. But this thing is definitely fast. There's 240, 241, 242. Yeah. Thing's fast, for sure. For a B class, that's insane. For a B class front wheel drive, yeah. Absolutely. Like I said, it's great for racing. And I mean, I take it for a track run. But I love it. It's a fun car. Plenty of power. Burns tires for days. What else? What else? Well, you know, the name Paul, you know, it means joy. That's what the car means. It may look like Pao, but it's Pa. It's that's the translation for the car, which, like I said, means joy, and it is a joy. She is just full of joy, especially with all this power going to the front wheels only. Oh, look who I'm racing against. Wow, I'm going to smoke him pretty quickly. And everybody else behind me. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. Oh, that was close, man. You almost had me. Almost had me. You gotta watch out for that is that the P50? Yeah. You gotta watch out for those things. Those things are fast. This thing does turn. Can't really get on it when you're turning. I mean, you can get on it when in turn. It's fine on the Hot Wheels track because it's such, you know, there's such big tracks, and when you do turn, it's like the turn is like a 5-lane highway. So, you know, you can get on it and turn at the same time and make it. But this isn't a 5-lane highway. So you just take your time with it. Plenty of power. Don't have to leave first gear. It's great. And that was all by accident. I was just trying to get it to hook up and not like redline hardcore. And this is where it stopped doing that. And then I realized that I never had to leave first gear after I was done with it. So I just took the other gears and I just put them out there. Then you could use them. Say if you accidentally take this thing onto like an off-road race with it, you know, maybe you might want to use a, you know, second gear. It might, you know, bring down the revs, but might help, you know, traction and etc., etc. But at least it has some brakes on it. It's not, you know, it's not stock brakes. Also, if you watch my other videos, you know, another thing you can do just to get that more speed is just to hit that e-brake. Just tap it. Tap the e-brake sometimes. You don't have to on this one, but you can. You can. Whew! Like I said, you gotta watch it. It's got power, though. This thing is a very twisty track. That's why I like to use it for the videos. It shows that the car does work. You just gotta be easy with it. $247. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I like whatever it is. I think that was the paint job. It's a nice paint job. I really do like the paint job because I was like looking for a good paint job for this car, and I saw it said YouTube on the side. I was like, oh well, I have a YouTube channel, so I'll run it. You know, so if you want to see what paint job that is, it looks like a really nice paint job. So I'll show you guys. Alright, designs and paints, my designs. It's not my design, but my designs, regardless. And I believe it'll be that one right there. If it decides to load in, yes, there it is. So I can tell the cars that I've been working on, cars that I've been painting, and so on and so forth. So, you know, I need to get to this thing. That's my rear-wheel drive drift tune I'm working on. So that's an interesting car because it's not on regular tires. It's on off-road tires, and it completely drifts, completely different than anything I've ever done before. And it's rear-wheel drive. Did I say it was rear-wheel drive? Anyways, it's rear-wheel drive of 1,400 plus horsepower. Either way, but we're doing front-wheel drive race cars this week. So yeah, there's that. And the next car, there's one other car I'm going to be starting to work on. But you'll just have to wait and see what that is next. It's a pretty fun and goofy little car, but we'll get over that at a later date. But I didn't want a screenshot. I wanted to hide my EU. There, I wanted to hide. I pressed the wrong button. You know, there's 3 buttons on your controller, you know, and yeah, it is what it is. But anyways, well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. And yeah, till then, stay speedy, my friends.